Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. Now, I want to warn you, in this episode of the Money Wheel, I'm going to cover something that is going to hit close to home, and it's going to make you be honest with yourself. But here's what it comes down to. The reason I want you to be honest with yourself is I want to take you to $1 million a year income. So that being said, we're going to have to handle some hard stuff. So here we go. What I'm going to ask you is this. What is your number one go-to excuse? What is it that stops you every night when you come home from work and you had big plans, you were going to work on your business, but this or that happened, or you're just too tired, or whatever the excuse is? But the part I need you to think about is this. Once we figure out what your top couple excuses are, the next time you use it, you'll be able to stop yourself and say, no, wait a minute. This is the excuse that I always use. People who make $1 million a year don't have excuses. They don't allow procrastination to get in the way. What I want you to start doing is focusing on doing everything you need to do when it needs to be done. You know, I used to be the same way, and there are times I still struggle with it. You never get perfect. But I've learned to catch myself if I start to give myself an excuse on why I can't do something, or why I don't have time, or whatever the situation is. And sometimes life does get in the way and stuff really does happen. But it doesn't happen for 3 or 4 days a week of you using the same excuse. And when I started focusing on this, what I realized was I was guilty of telling myself the same thing night after night. Oh, I'm too tired tonight. I worked overtime. I'll work on my business tomorrow. And I never actually got started towards building my dream. Today's the day I want you to make a decision that you're going to make a conscious effort to pay attention to the excuses that you use that stand between you and your success. That's everything I have for today's episode. We'll see you the next time on the Money Wheel.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.